The chamber was electric with tension, and all eyes locked onto the confrontation unfolding in front of them. Senator John Kennedy, known for his sharp wit and Southern charm, leaned back in his chair, calm and collected, while across the room a determined young liberal activist named Rebecca Daniels stood with fire in her eyes. She wasn't just asking questions, she was demanding that Kennedy resign his seat, declaring that his old-fashioned ways were holding America back. The crowd gasped. No one had ever spoken to Kennedy like this so directly in a public forum. Rebecca's words cut deep. "Senator, you are a relic of the past. You've had your time. Step aside so that new voices can lead us into the future." Her voice trembled slightly, but her conviction was unshakable. Kennedy didn't flinch. He adjusted his glasses, took a slow sip of water, and looked out at the audience. He knew the cameras were rolling, he knew people at home were watching, and he knew this was more than a debate, it was a battle of values, generations, and visions for the country's future. What followed was not what anyone expected. Instead of lashing back with one of his trademark biting comebacks, Kennedy leaned forward, his voice steady but softer than usual. "Young lady," he said, "before you try to bury me, maybe you ought to hear the story of the battles I've fought, because they're the reason you're standing here today, free to challenge me." Asterisk. The room went silent. Even Rebecca paused, taken off guard. Kennedy began recounting moments from his career, his relentless push for education reform in struggling communities, his work to protect small businesses when corporations threatened to swallow them whole, his defense of farmers when floods destroyed their crops. These weren't the stories of a man clinging to power. They were the stories of a man who had spent decades fighting for people who had no voice. But Rebecca was not easily swayed. She fired back, her voice rising with passion. "Those battles may have mattered in your day, Senator, but now we face crises you refuse to understand: climate change, systemic inequality, gun violence. You won't step up, so why shouldn't you step down?" The exchange grew raw, emotional. Kennedy admitted his own flaws, times he voted against something he later regretted, moments when he failed to see the world changing fast enough. He didn't paint himself as perfect, he painted himself as human. And then, with the wisdom of age and the humility of a man who'd been tested, he delivered the line that would echo long after the debate. "I may be old, but I ain't finished. You think I'm your enemy, but I've spent my life making it possible for voices like yours to be heard. You want me gone because you think I'm in your way. But what if, just what if? I'm here to show you that experience and youth don't have to be enemies. They can be allies." The crowd erupted, not in partisan cheers, but in something different: applause born of respect.